Today, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, this is the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
I still remember being in Indianapolis at the Combine when the result of Kyler Murray's height was announced. And when the tape measure showed him at a little bit above 5'10", all doubts went out the window, and rightly so. The Cardinals went 5-10-1 with him last year, but he was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy can make great plays with his arm, can scoot with his feet, and has motivated this team and has them on a really good upward trajectory.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete.
Murray's pass.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. L.J. Collier coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And there's Kyler Murray being sacked, and in his first year in the league, surprising to a lot of people, he was the most sacked quarterback, went down 48 times. And when you think about the mobility that he possesses, that really does surprise people because they think they can get out of everything. But so often, those young guys who can move around a lot, they keep plays alive so long that sometimes they actually get trapped. Defenses are going to test him and continue to test him. I think he's got something for them as he continues to move forward.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by a 6-time Pro Bowler now, his 9th NFL season. It's Russell Wilson.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
Tackle made there by Buda Baker. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24 yards.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, first and 10 at their own 24. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. Flushed out right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
He can run for it, and he will. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 31-yard line.
Now a draw play with Drake. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Kenyon Drake in Week 16 last year against these Seahawks had a career day, 166 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns as well, as the Cardinals won in Seattle. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona.
Touchdown.
DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, That's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards on the play, first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
To kick off for Arizona.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jalen Thompson picks it. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Kenyon Drake last year versus Cleveland, absolutely unstoppable. Ran for 137 yards. And remember, 4 touchdowns in the Cards' 38-24 win in Week 15. He'll run it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray with a touchdown throw to DeAndre Hopkins. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is DJ Reed returning. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more yards there and quickly another 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Check 50, check 50.
To throw again, Wilson. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 26 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off 4th.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. And his 2 touchdowns, a big reason they're winning right now.
So meaningful when you score and it's got your team out there in front. Changes the complexion of everything you're doing. It's one thing to score garbage time, but these count. This is a big deal, and he's making those types of plays, and I think they'll keep finding ways to get it to him.
I was just going to say probably going to go back to him. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd down now. It's Drake, and the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Murray with a 3rd and long. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be stopped up as he could only muster a yard. So 4th down coming up on the other side as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Andy Lee in.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks.
That's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
You still want to play with me, Ben?
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports halftime report. It was a terrific first half from the former #1 overall pick, Kyler Murray. His guys have a 2-touchdown lead as we hand it back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Now this will make it into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed.
And to anyone who gets concerned when they see a quarterback running with the football, you just let him be himself. Let him be him. And I guess what you'd say there is hard to hit what you can't catch.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, 14.
Wilson now off the bootleg. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they let you play.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire the defense as well and get a few stops.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
The 11-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Myers connects on the PAT. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Right back to Drake. Now Drake loses the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line.
This is Carson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a 1st down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
59 mark, 59 mark, check, 59. It's just me.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make...
And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Wilson connects with Tyler Lockett, and the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good...
A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out comes Kenyon Drake in the Arizona offense to take over. I think he's still shaking his head a little. It was his fumble on the previous drive that led to the touchdown that has us tied.
And sometimes it's worse on a runner who drops it like that to watch the other team take the ball downfield and score than maybe if they just returned it right away. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens that fast, you're right back out on the field. Instead, he had to watch it happen. Let's see if it affects him going forward the rest of the game.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that is incomplete.
Murray's pass intended for Max Williams. Incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll move the chains. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the bootleg, Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson, looking for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf, 27 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And that third counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's up and good, and they've jumped back ahead, 35-28. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
Shotgun now for Murray. And it's caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Out to his left. He can run, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here's Reed.
Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. So far he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start in? He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 76 yards. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point up and through by Myers, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 7, 2:12 to play. And no other way to say it, they have blown a big lead, but a chance to rescue things late. Murray now on 1st down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
It's 2nd down.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now, Murray. 23 yards on the tuck and run. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
First down.
Rolling to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Cardinals got to go quickly. Hustling to the line. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 34-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. He may try and run for this. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Murray, one final try. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough. Trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right? Where you get a little bit of extra, and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.